shock you to hear the subject of a new bill making its way through our state legislature.
Its goal is to regulate the way kids are restrained at school. Think it's not happening in your district? Think again.
ABC 15's Elizabeth Irwin has been researching this topic for years now. And Elizabeth, you know, it's surprising that there aren't rules already in place for this.
It is. Actually, Arizona, one of just a handful of states that doesn't have any laws on the books regulating the use of restraint in public schools. Hearing the horror stories parents shared in today's meeting, it's clear that needs to change.
Earlier this year, my son, who's in preschool in Gilbert, was brought out to the bus tied to a rope. We found bruising up his back and fingerprint type bruising on his upper and lower arms. We were horrified.
What people don't realize is how frequently this is happening in public schools.
Parents testified in front of the Senate Education Committee that their children, many with special needs, some unable to communicate, were held in timeout rooms in Valley schools.
He spoke of trying to push his way out and screaming, crying to get out.
Schools are supposed to use seclusion and restraint as a last resort. While some follow those guidelines, others don't.
My son has been restrained and secluded. I have not been notified of it by the school.
Senate Bill 1459 would change that. It would require the student present an imminent danger to themselves or others before they could be restrained. School personnel would have to be able to see the disciplined student at all times, and parents had to be notified the same day it happens. The School Boards Association agrees kids need to be protected, but says teachers put in tough situations need protection too.
We have one issue that leaves us in opposition to this bill, and that opposition is to have a good faith immunity clause for an employee that acts in good faith, that they would be immune from liability.
And in that case, Palmer pointing to the part of the bill that says only trained staffers would be able to restrain or seclude kids, saying if a teacher is in a dangerous situation and a trained staffer isn't around, that teacher needs to be able to act. The bill passed the committee unanimously, and we're going to keep you posted on its progress. All right.